Well, welcome back to Nobody Honour Respect and another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. And this week we've got all of the fallout from AEW Dynasty. Swerve Strickland looks for some revenge against Death Riders in a one-on-one match against Pac, and would the Young Bucks appear again? Meanwhile, John Moxley fought Shibata in the opening to the show, and he tried to bully Shibata, but he was unsuccessful. He instead went big, hitting a power driver and locking in the sleeper hold to get the win. Matt and Nick came out afterwards to the surprise of the world champion. They said they did what they did for their friend Hangman and the Death Riders as a peace offering to join the group. Omega interrupted the Bucks to mock them before readying himself to a fight. Okada came out to threaten the cleaner, but Swerve ran in with a steel chair. The opening match was a solid showcase of what makes Mox dangerous, while also highlighting Shibata's unique ability in the ring. A short contest, but the wrestler out-wrestled the champion. Mox dropped Shibata on the head, taking advantage of his injury history to survive. Smart and effective storytelling. As the Death Riders angle likely closing its final stage at All In, Mox's message is somewhat obscured by his clear words. His ultimate intention is clear, though. He wants the roster to rally together to stop them. The Ops have stepped up to the challenge of them next, but it's still a group that is outnumbered, especially with the Bucks potentially aiding Mox. Meanwhile, the heavy hitters seem more interested in rallying against the Elite, which seems to get the Death Riders' nerves and gain them rather than gain them support. The way AEW have moved from the match to the Young Bucks and Omega to Swerve works so well in showcasing the various interesting stories in the top of the division. It was especially nice to see the cleaner tell why he needs to confront the men who tried to end his career as well. So yeah, I thought this was a strong start to Dynamite. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Swerve Strickland then threatened the Young Bucks. We couldn't finish short as Pac attacked him from behind. While the Bastard found an edge in this match, the Mogul fought back and was with the vicious focus. He hit the house call and Swerve on to win, but the match was ended abruptly. It looked like Pac landed badly on a buckle bomb and the two men pushed right to the finish. Hopefully it was just a stinger, but nothing is certain. Pac deciding to finish the match could be a good sign, but more likely a show of his toughness. Regardless of the circumstances, Swerve needed a big win and he looked lethal in this match, bringing the fight to Bastard even from an early disadvantage. But yeah, obviously with the uncertainty around Pac, not going to be a dickhead and grade the match. But yeah, just hope Pac's alright. But next up we got the £400,000 explosive 8-man tag. While everyone got their shots in, Ospreay was the last man up, hitting a hidden blade to win himself. Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe and Kevin Knight, £100,000 each. Not bad for a night's work. On the surface, this is about without story, even with the money stipulation added. Beyond delivering great action, it was also a crucial element for AEW's future. The aerial assassin showed himself to be a capable leader, rallying his team to victory. At each stage of the match, it was clear Ospreay was watching to protect his allies and help them win. As Mark continues to question if AEW can rally a resistance to the Death Riders, Ospreay setting the stage to not only challenge them but also be some friends to support him in this fight. While this may take the rest of the Men's Own Heart tournament predictable, the story is the best answer to end the Death Riders' reign of terror, so 7 out of 10. We then got MJF interrupting the Hurt Syndicate celebration, acting like he was already a member of the group. Lashley started arguing until MVP intervened. He advised the Salt of the Earth that he would only join the Hurt Syndicate if he got 3 thumbs up. Shelton Benjamin gave him a thumbs down. A fun segment sold by MJF and the Almighty. Their veteran instincts sold this segment well, and the facial expressions to the back and forth squabbling. At this point, the story could lead to MJF winning the group over or feuding with the Hurt Syndicate all the way to All In. Either way, they did the best angle the Hurt Syndicate have delivered so far in AEW and have helped further integrate them onto the roster here. So yeah, on the whole, I thought this was quite good. We then got Statlander versus Thunder Rosa in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Storm watched this battle close in commentary as Statlander survived the best shot of Thunder Rosa. She then hit Saturday Night Fever to win. This is a battle of two of the women's division stalwarts, and the right one pulled out the victory. It was a solid showing, helped by the wild energy of Storm on commentary. She and Statlander were best friends than competitors, but they kept energy high throughout. Stat remains a rising star in the division. While she lost big to Megan Bain recently, she has enough credibility to go all the way in the tournament. Roster is struggling to establish herself as a world title level in the modern era, and a change may be needed there. A heel turn would be an interesting move, but I thought for what we got here, it's pretty decent stuff. And yeah, I think when you compare the two characters at the moment, the right results. We then got Big Bill cutting of Chris Jericho to say he and Brian Keith were frustrated with the veteran, treating them like punching bags. The Learning Tree responded, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed," before bashing a TV monitor. He advised that he was leaving until Bill and Keith no longer disappointed him. The gaslighting from Jericho is effectively evil in this moment, but it's hard to get excited about the drama in the Learning Tree right now. At this stage, it's a filler stable, struggling to stand out, and has lost one title that made it relevant. Bill and Keith have the potential that could help them rise the ranks. It was the latest move that allows them to see so. It'd be a great development, helping them out of Jericho's shadow. The best part of the segment was the promise Jericho might take some time away and hopefully return with a refreshed perspective. Before it was main event time, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Joe and Hook. Hook was heavily isolated down the stretch, and John Moxley got involved to distract the ref. However, Shibata caught Mox with a chokehold while Joe choked Castagnoli outside. This left Hook alone to take out Yuta with a red run for the win. The Death Riders attacked afterwards, leaving Hook injured after sending him gut first into the steel chair. They only angered Joe, who warned the group that the Ops were taking the Trios Championship. This was the least involved match of the night, basically showcasing Hook's resilience and the threat the Ops posed to the Trios Champions. This may not have needed to main event, but it was an effective image to close the show with an angry Samoan submission machine promising retribution and violence upon the Death Riders. As good as Swerve was in his promo to build his match in Mox, there's no one who has a solid promo on the Death Riders like Joe. He made it clear why he should fear them and why he's coming after them. So yeah, I thought this was a great way to end the show. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Overall, AEW Dynamite this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, on the whole, a pretty solid episode of Dynamite this week. But just kind of the fallout stuff from Dynasty, so nothing too really major on this show. But on the whole, lots of decent stuff on there. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm intrigued by the direction we're going, heading towards Double or Nothing in the end of next month. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.